This week we'll be going over the 10 best locations to farm bobbleheads in Fallout 76. The achievement Swag is loosely tied to this because you do need to find 10 bobbleheads for that achievement, and with these farming locations you'll be able to get that in no time. And now, let's get into it. Now with Fallout 76, the bobblehead spawns aren't guaranteed. They have certain spots that they can spawn in, but you'll generally only find one at every 3 or 4 spawns. Because of this, finding good farming locations like I'll show with this video can help you greatly. You can even go through these locations, leave the game and join a new one, and go back through to farm those spawns. These are all going to be fairly easy to get to and easy to check the bobblehead spawns, which is why these are the 10 best locations in the game. The first is going to be the Tyler County Fairgrounds. We have 3 bobblehead spawns here. The first you'll be able to find by going to the large Nuka-Cola sitting in the middle of the fairgrounds. At the base of it, there's going to be a little tent with a little table, and this spawn is right here. I'll have the location outlined as shown here where the bobblehead should be, even if it hadn't spawned during this farming run. The second spawn here is close to the last. From the table, you'll turn around and just go up and over this ramp and come up to this old building. Then go in and turn to the left, and right here on the table is where this spawn point is. For the third spawn in this location, you'll go from this building and turn back around to go towards this big fairground sign. Then go straight past it over here, and in this area you can come up to this token dispenser where one can spawn on top. The second location is Wavy Willard's water park, and here we'll have another 4 potential spawns. The first will be over here near what I think might be one of the little fake surfing setups. Behind it is a building where you can go through the fence and into that. And in here, the spawn is going to be on this toolboard right over here. Going back to the entrance of the building, we can turn back out and go across the water area over to the building with the lockers sign on top. Right here in this locker in the front, we'll have the second spawn point at this location. Then for the third one, from the lockers building, we can turn around and head back over to the left until you find the main entrance. From there, we can head up and over to the right, where you'll find the Get Fishin' booth. Further to the right of that, we can head over to this fence and down into the basement. Down under here, we're gonna go for a little bit of a walk, but eventually we'll get over to this room, where one can spawn on top of this toolbox. Then for the fourth spawn at this location, we can head over to the big main ride with the alligator. You'll need to head up here onto the tracks leading up to its mouth, and in his mouth, you can jump around the traps. And this spawn will be on this table here. Moving on to the third location, we have the Eastern Regional Penitentiary with 4 potential spawns. The first one we'll start out by going into the middle area of the penitentiary in the courtyard. And then we'll go into the door for cell block A over here. From here, we'll go straight down the hall and turn to the left. And if you're able to, you can jump straight up to the cell above it, but otherwise, you'll just jump over the debris, and then go up the stairs over here and walk back. You'll then have to jump a little bit of a gap to get into the cell, and this spawn will be on top of the safe. Heading back outside into the courtyard, we'll go over to the basketball court and head up here to the top of the walls and come up to the left. You'll need to jump up here, and next to the skeleton you'll find this second spawn point. Then from there you can head across the roof, kill a super mutant if one respawns, and then go into the guard tower and one can spawn right here. Then for the last one at this location, we can head over to the large hole in the wall that's right over here, and in the guard tower to the right of that, you can go all the way up to the top. Then once you get to the top, you can look right down here on this ledge, and here you can have one spawn on the edge of the wall. Apparently it can commonly fall down from here pretty easily, so you'll want to check the ground below it as well. The fourth location is the Sons of Dane compound, where we'll have another 3 spawns. The main point of interest we'll be orienting ourselves with here is the Buck's Den building. From the entrance over to the right, you can come over to a shooting range where one can spawn on top of the bricks right here. Then for the second one, we'll go inside of the Buck's Den, and another potential spawn is on the stage on top of this amp. Then heading back to the entrance of Buck's Den, we'll then turn around and head over to this house back here. You'll go upstairs, and this one will be over to the left of the terminal on the desk. Then the fifth location is the Vault-Tec Agricultural Research Center, where we'll have another 4 potential spawns. For all of these, we'll come into the lobby area here at the entrance to start. The first one will be over here to the right, where you'll come around here to the left into this room with multiple fridges, and the spawn point will be right here in this fridge. The second one will be over to the right of the lobby again, but over here in the men's bathroom underneath the urinals. Then the third will be upstairs, so you'll come up here to the left, then go over to the left again down this hallway, and come into this room to your right in the hall. Back into the left in here, you'll find a filing cabinet that has fallen over, and this spawn is next to the fan. Then for the fourth one in here, we'll again head over to the right of the lobby and go straight back into the hall so that we can take the staircase down. You'll have to kill a lot of ghouls in here, but then you can just keep going back into this room with a terminal, and the spawn will be on the desk. The sixth location is the Poseidon Energy Plant WV06, with 3 spawn points here. The first you can get to by climbing up onto the main roof area and going over to the large section of T-shaped pipes. Over here by this skeleton is where this bobblehead spawn is going to be. Then going back up to the roof, basically on the opposite side over near the bridge we came over from, you can go down this conveyor belt and jump your way over these pipes. On the other side of it, you're going to find another skeleton with a spawn right next to it. Then the third one will be pretty easy to find. Just keep going up to the top as high as you can on the stairs, and you'll eventually come up to this area with a minigun and a loot box. The bobblehead will spawn right here on these boxes. The seventh location is Camden Park, where we'll have 4 potential bobblehead spawns. The first one we'll go to is over here near the start of the roller coaster. You'll have to climb up the tracks, and up at the peak you'll have a spawn right here under the tracks that can be kind of tricky to spot. Then heading back down, we can jump over to the middle of the roller coaster area and into this little camp setup. Over here to the left, the second spawn is on this barrel. Then the third spawn will be over here near the strip mine and miner zone. Just go underneath the miner sign, and this spawn will be in the lap of this skeleton. Then from there, we'll turn over to our left and head over to this employee-only building with a damaged Protectron outside. In here, we'll have another potential spawn here on the filing cabinet. The 8th location will be the Mount Blair Trainyard, where we have another 4 spawn points. The first you'll get to by climbing up on top of the roof and jumping off onto the pipes here below the big silo. Then walk back over here to where these metal beams are, and this one spawns down in here. The second in this area is going to be back up on top of the roof. You'll come over to the part of the roof right underneath the big silo, and back here you'll have this one spawn. Then from there you can turn back around to the other side of the roof, and on the back side between these 2 rooms you'll find the third one. And now the last one is still accessed from the roof, but we'll go back over near the silo and jump off onto this conveyor belt of coal. Down here where there's an empty spot is where the last one can spawn. The 9th location is the National Isolated Radio Array, where there are 4 more spawns. The first is on top of the roof of the building you spawn near when fast traveling to the location. The easiest way to get up there is just to come around to the back and jump onto the red truck, and right over here to the left, one can spawn next to the skeleton. Then we can turn back over to the truck and we'll head down it and over to that building that's straight ahead. Once there, you can head inside and up the staircase in the back. At the top of the stairs, a bobblehead can spawn on this shelf. Then going back to the front of the building, we can head around to the back on the right side and unlock this door, which needs a lockpick skill of 2. This bobblehead spawn is right here on the table to the left. For the last one here, we'll head over to the large satellite dish and we'll go around over to the small building that's attached to the side of it. And this spawn is going to be on top of the console in the middle of the room. Then for our 10th and last location of the video, we have Valley Galleria, where we have another 3 spawns. The first one we'll get to from the main lobby inside. You'll head over to the left and up the escalator, go over here to the left of the tree that's lit up with lights, and this spawn is on the wheelchair. For the second one, we'll come back over to the entrance and head left on the bottom floor. You'll go through this flooded area and then go up top so that you can go into the Valley's boutique. You'll go straight in and over to the left to go into this changing room, and this spawn is going to be on top of this light, which can be pretty hard to catch if you don't know to look for it. And then for the final spawn in this location and for the video, we'll go back to the entrance and head up the escalator on the right. Go into Big Steve's Sporting Goods and just go around the left side to this display case where this potential bobblehead spawn will be. And those are the 10 best bobblehead farming locations in Fallout 76. Now be sure to check out my playlist for some of my other recent achievement guides, or whichever one of my videos YouTube recommends.